This is Junk Journal January, prompt 2, which is a quote. And I have already done the background of the page. That background was done with, it wasn't quite cling film, it was, or plastic wrap. It was some kind of wrap that stuck around a stainless steel appliance when it came in the packaging. So I thought I had kept it, but I must have put it in the bin, and I emptied the bin earlier today, so I can't show you what it is. So it's just like a bunched up piece of cling wrap, and I used that colour there, alizarin crimson from Pebeo, and then some heather acrylic paint from Dina Wakley. Very simple background, but just wanted to make sure it was dry. I have chosen a quote by Charlotte Brontë. I'm just going to write because I cannot help it. So I thought that was a good quote for journaling. I've decided to do it. I have these all prepared. I had a piece of coffee dyed paper which had taken a ghost print of the jelly plate, so you'll see the pattern of it. It was a stencil, a ghost print of a stencil, and I have used some people call that bubble writing. It's basically each letter is like a sausage, I always think, and so instead of doing a downstroke, you do sort of like a sausage shape, and the same for the horizontal. It's very easy type of writing to do, and you sort of let the letters touch each other. So I have these all, and I just did little clouds around them. It's a good idea, at least, you know, if you have a piece of paper and you're just going to write and you make a mistake, you have to redo it. You feel you have to redo the whole thing, whereas individual letters or words, you can redo them. Just I'll have to take that paper clip off. Yeah, I think that's probably the best. Yeah, for example, I'll show you here. I did the word just, and I felt it was just too big. You can see there it's too big. That count looks too big too, but I'm just going to leave it for now. So at the minute it's quite bare. That's a book page with just iridescent turquoise paint on that. I think it's Pebeo as well. In fact, when I had done the Charlotte Brontë name there, I sort of felt it made the rest quite pale looking. So what I did was, I was thinking about quotes and words. I had some rolled off paint on book pages, and I just they started off life looking like this. So that I was just looking through the page. I think this was Mansfield Park. That one's Mansfield Park too. So I was just looking through, and where I saw words that I thought were nice words, they have nothing to do with Charlotte Brontë or the quote. I just thought it would make it a little more interesting. Like all the compliments, looks very cheerful, and I sort of thought I'd alternate these. Called for, probably here. I had this all set out. First, they don't really mean anything, these words. I had them set out, but in my setting up the camera, I'd shifted them all. I feel as if I've lost some of them. Anyway, yes, certainly the sun shines. Like, they're just fun little words. Nothing. Get out without the key. don't mean anything. Could allow yourself. Called for. I'm just going to glue these down now. For solitude. I thought I'd alternate. Which is the bigger one here? Could be chosen in the present. The declaration. Just adding a wee bit of interest to what is quite a bare page. I might change these around here. Put this one here because it's a smaller one. So I'm just going to really attach them to the little book page first in different ways. Some showing below, some to the side, some side and below, just trying to create a wee bit of interest. So I did hear some of the presenters saying, you know, about they don't like their own handwriting and things like that. But there are some ways that you can practice doing handwriting. As I've said before about Neve Ballet, she's the artist that uses a lot of the down strokes, the vertical strokes enlarged into triangles. She would do a lot of that. I think it was Diane Reevely, is that the name of the artist that maybe Neve refers to? So it is a it is a font that you can practice. There's another one that I do. I'm trying to think where I would have. Did I use it yesterday? Yeah, this one here with the resolution prompt, where the down strokes, all the strokes end in a little enlarged dot, and you make all the down strokes different sizes. The D's are very narrow, the G's, the A's are very narrow. So you just, how I got started on it was looking on Pinterest, and I would pin lettering that I liked. Not just that I liked, but something I could copy. And then I just kept that open in front of me when I was writing. Now I could do it without looking, although I probably think you develop then your own style of writing. I'm just sticking this down with art glitter glue. It's not that it needs it, but just when there's a couple of layers, and I wasn't very particular where I put the glue stick. So Charlotte Brontë, oh dear, I should have taken that over a wee bit. Charlotte Brontë didn't really get much recognition for her work when she was still alive, and sometimes we have nostalgic ideas about those times when ladies were treated like ladies and had beautiful dresses, and but it was so difficult for her to earn a living without a husband. And sort of removes any sense of it was a perfect time or whatever. I just wish I hadn't stuck that one. No, I'm not going to do that. Stuck that one down just so close there. So I would be pretty fond of Charlotte. I recently read Charlotte Brontë, I should say. I don't know her personally. I started to read Elizabeth Gaskell's account of her life from her letters, from Charlotte's letters. And she had a difficult life. In the sense, happy times, but difficult too. In the sense that she felt her father was getting old. Her brother was problems with alcohol. Things were difficult for her. Right. Apart from that sloping and that going, but it's not supposed to be perfect. I just practiced some highlighting and outlining, so I'm just going to quickly do that. And as long as you have a routine, my routine is left and under. So left and under. I'm not going to do this stroke here because it's above. Left and under. Just to give some definition to the letters. Left and under, but you can do right and above as long as you're consistent. I'm nearly doing it on the black, so left of the downstroke and under. I think I did do that, sorry. Left, and then as soon as you realize it's the above, and as soon as it's the right, you tail off, then under, left. And you have to decide whether the O is a front or the G is in front. I hope this doesn't take too long. I think you've got the sense of it. I'll probably do some more mark making. I don't know if you were watching yesterday, but I finished this page yesterday with some more mark making. So that's what it looks like now. This 2 is definitely got a creative tilt to it. I think I've got all those. It's just really to give it a wee bit extra definition. So left and below is what I do. I'll try and finish this pretty quickly at the expense of it not looking its best. So we mightn't all be authors like Charlotte, but I think this is something we do enjoy. Writing something. And I think the people following the prompts really is a wide range of people. People that chronicle their lives, journal in that way. I don't personally do that. I'm just mine's more an art journal. And things that inspire me, or not even inspire, just come to my attention and think, oh, that's so nice. I'm just reading, I sent it to my daughter. You know, things that you just read and it sort of resonates with you, maybe that's the word. So I was just looking at Instagram this morning and I saw this thing. I couldn't resist sending it to her, and she said, yeah, it sounds true. Said, I'm really good at multitasking. I can listen, ignore and forget all at the same time. So you get to a certain age in life, that's very true. Especially in my line of work, there's a lot of ignoring of bad behaviour, maybe inappropriate behaviour. I'm hoping that they'll think better. So I'm deciding here which letter is in front, so it doesn't really matter. I know people say they can't do that, they can't write, or can you write? I know when I'm teaching children, they say, oh, I can't write. And then this is the first sort of font I would teach them. They realize actually they can write. I also teach them this one here with the little dot. And making each downstroke a bit of creativity with how long you want to make it. It really depends on the size of the one beside it. So you get to the stage where you can actually do this pretty mindlessly or relaxingly, whichever. I just keep saying left and below to myself. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just lifts the letters, gives them a bit of definition. Makes it easier, I suppose, to read as well. Better do these little. Okay, so that's me finished for today. I'm going to write in my journal because I just can't help it. Thank you, Charlotte Brontë. Thank you for watching.